Hi guys, and welcome to my garden. I'm going to move house and my bees will come with me. That means I need to prepare a little few things around the place. First of all, it's going to be spring soon and I want to put some flowers in so my bees have lots of food. And what better to use than my old tired veggie patch for this season. Now, it supplied me with Asian greens and salad all winter long, which is amazing, but now it's time to put some perennials in. Perennials are flowers that live underground in winter and are just starting to emerge now that the soil is warming up a little. And I have 3 crates here with all different things. There is Mexican sages, there's some canna lilies, there's perovskia, there is all sorts of beautiful flowers that are just waiting to re-emerge, as you can already see. And I mostly have these root clumps, and I will put them underground, give them a good feed. But the first step, of course, is to take all of that stuff out, and you're going to watch me doing that now. Whew, that was quick, but a bit of hard work. Now, of course, I took a lot of plants out of this, and they were food plants, and they were taking a lot of nutrients and energy from the soil, and that I need to replenish before I plant anything. How do I do this? Well, fertilizers. When it comes to fertilizers, they're the ones that are derived from oil products. They are chemical fertilizers, and they are natural ones. So most of all, what I love to do is grow a crop that actually is able to fertilize my soil whilst it's making food. And that was the broad beans you were seeing over here. So these guys have nodules on their roots. These little nodules, if you can see them here, they're slightly pink and they're full of bacteria that are able to fix nitrogen from the air that we breathe. Now, you know that most of the stuff we breathe as humans, it's actually not oxygen, but about 70% of what we breathe is nitrogen. And nitrogen in the air is something that plants would eat when we can get it into the soil. How do we do this? Well, for example, we can grow these legumes. They will do the magic. They pull that nitrogen from the air and fix it into the soil. So that's one down, but that's not quite enough. So I also harvested my worm farm. So all these beautiful worm castings, full of nutrients, wonderful stuff. That's all my food scraps. So it's juicy, it's full of worms still actually. It's colloidal, so it actually stores nutrients really, really well and will release them at the root zone of my young plants basically only when they need them. So they won't get washed away in that form. It's a bit like a clay. Think of aeroplane jelly and how sugar is stored in it when you make it. So that's pure gold. But if you want to go a bit further, animal manures will also be a great food source. Cow manure, most of all, is wonderful. And there's one more, these fertilizer pellets, organic cow manure, chicken manure. That stuff is supercharged. So I will do a little bit of a mix and put it all together, and that will be perfect for beautiful flowering plants for my bees to eat. Now, you probably saw just then I was spreading out all these organic fertilizers, cow manure and chicken manure and worm castings evenly across the soil, and after that I used a gardening fork to dig them all in. Why? Well, number one, there was soil compaction going on. That means over time the soil solidifies and pushes out all the oxygen, and my plants won't grow really well. Also, the worms don't like that. And by incorporating that organic material, I will actually encourage more worms to come up, but also all the microorganisms down there will start breaking these cow manure pellets down and make them plant available in no time. Now guys, so the compost is in, the fertilizer is in, I flatten out everything with my heavy rake. Now the fun really starts. I got to decide where to put what. I already chose plants that would be very attractive to my bees, and that's predominantly determined by color. So I have blues and pinks and purples that will be very good for them, but also very nice for me. I love these nice soothing colors. But what I need to decide now is where to put what, and I always start with a simple trick. Everything that grows a bit lower goes to the front. Then I have some screening plants in the middle that are kind of like a see-through curtain, and then higher plants in the back. How does that look like? Well, I could have a salvia amorosa with a beautiful pink in the front that I can cut back to size whenever I want. I have the Russian sage here. That is like a see-through curtain and will like grow relatively tall, but will let me look through the plant into the back planting, which would be in this case a canna, which will be pretty tall, and some pink aster monk going up to here. That should all look pretty fabulous once it's all done. Of course this will take a few months before it really takes effect, but I will make sure to take a picture for you guys when it's all full up in bloom. And there you have it guys, that's our pollinator garden waiting to jump up and put all these beautiful flowers out. But of course I need to water everything in. I'm using some worm juice to give them a kickstart and a cuppa for myself as a reward. See you soon.